I just have to say to the Hulu gods, to the Hulu executives, FX executives, anybody who had anything to do with this TV show, thank you very much for not only producing and creating and directing and putting out there a wonderful TV show, but also taking an actor like Jeremy Allen White, who's been so underused, so underrated, been put in TV shows that he's far better than, and using him to his potential. I don't normally review TV shows. I've done an episode here and there of something, but I want to talk about it because it's freaking phenomenal. The Bear. That's right, everybody, I am back. My name is Kevin Halden. This is Nerdly Out Loud. It feels like a minute that we've just been doing like another review for other stuff. Check out everything below on the channel. But I'm back because I wanted to talk about a TV show called The Bear. It's a wonderful, brilliant TV show that I recently got to see. I don't think enough people are talking about it, and I want to put some eyeballs on it, so I'm going to talk about it. First of all, though, do all those wonderful, amazing things because I'm doing all of this for you for free. Please do hit that like, hit that subscribe, and ding that notification bell. They will let you know anytime that I drop a new episode, an interview, a review. I've got loads of reviews ongoing on the channel, interviews incoming. I've got loads of things that I'm always working on. Got a new ranked video that I'm working on. That's coming soon. That'll be cool. One actor's career. He's done about 50 odd movies, so that's going to be fun. We're going to rank worst to best, so that's coming soon. But I really wanted to get in the booth and talk about this TV show. So we're going to talk a little bit about the plot. We'll talk about the cast and the characters. We will move into what I liked and what I didn't like. Then we will give my final Nerdly Out Loud rating. What I might do is I might even split some of this up because it is an 8-episode series and there are a couple of really standout episodes. It's an 8-episode TV series called The Bear. It's streaming on Hulu. Episodes are 35 to 45 minutes each. So it's a nice, easy watch. You can really get into it. And this is one of those shows that lives and dies on performance. This is very much a performance-driven show. So let's talk about the plot. And the plot is a pretty simple one. It's one we've seen before. It is the story of Carmen Berzatto. He is this wonderful, amazingly, absolutely astonishingly talented chef. Yes, this is a chef show. It's a cooking show. But like dramatized, I guess. And he's worked in some of the best restaurants around the globe. He has basically been head chef, sous chef, everywhere, and everybody knows who he is and what he does. But he's also from pretty humble beginnings back in Chicago. His brother still lives in Chicago, and at the start of this show, his brother has taken his own life. His brother owned a family kind of restaurant diner where they make amazing sandwiches and stuff like that. He leaves the restaurant to his brother Carmen, much to his chagrin, and he has to come back and he has to try and sort of make something of this restaurant. But if he's going to do it, he's going to do it right, and he's going to make a success of it like no one else could. He's going to go for it. And that's kind of what this is. He wants to drive the restaurant forward. He wants to drive everybody in the restaurant forward because he's going to realize that these guys are kind of like the family he never chose. He's now got like a whole cast of characters and a whole cast of chefs that he wants to kind of make better. But he's a perfectionist and he's got some demons. So we're going to have to deal with that throughout the episodes. But what I really like about this is that yes, we are dealing with the story of Carmen. Yes, we are dealing with the story of the restaurant. But we have a whole cast of chefs and characters that we're going to be dealing with some of their stories too. We're not exactly going to deep dive, but we're going to find out what is on surface level going on with these people. And that is kind of where the story lies. That's where the beauty of the show lies. Because you get performances from cousin Richie, played by Ebon Moss-Bachrach. He's just wonderful. So we'll talk about him in a quick hot second. And Richie's kind of the guy that was probably keeping the place afloat while Carmen's brother was kind of just sending it down the toilet. You've got the role of Sydney, played by Edebiri, who she's kind of just wants to be Carmen's sort of number two. She wants to sort of run the kitchen for him. She's got all these fantastic ideas. You can tell that there's a relationship's going to form here. And I don't mean like a relationship. I mean like they're going to have a strong bond built on the fact that they both love food. They love the culinary arts. They both know the way around the kitchen, so these guys are really going to get on, but they're also going to bump heads to start with. But I mean, there's not really much else I can say about the plot. We just kind of go through the 8 episodes of them trying to make the place better, and it slowly gets better. It slowly becomes better without really showing you how they're improving the restaurant or how they're improving the kitchen. It's just improving, which it shows a passage of time without showing a passage of time. I really liked how they did that. I loved how they did that. It sort of dawns on you halfway through, like, oh, hang on, this kitchen's getting so much better now. Let's talk about the cast and crew. Again, I've already mentioned some of the cast and crew, but Jeremy Allen White, I can't state it enough. There are things that this kid does in this TV show without actually doing anything. I like the American version of Shameless. I really do. I'm a little Brit, by the way. But I like the American version of Shameless probably more than the British version, because I wasn't a massive fan of that. And Jeremy Allen White and Cameron Monaghan are two of the standouts in that show. I always kind of felt like Jeremy Allen White was a little bit underutilized as Lip, but he was perfect. And he was perfectly cast. But as shows go on, you're kind of like, I know this kid's got more in him. I just need to see it, show me it, give me something else. The bear, he gets to show everything he can do. You can tell he's got some demons in there. I like to think he's done his research in the kitchen. He certainly talks a good game, and there's a lot of moments when you're just sitting there and you are lost in what he's saying when he's explaining how he cuts freaking carrots or something, and you just get lost in it, and I loved it. I just think he's done a great job. He gets a severely amazing monologue. I believe it's the start of the last episode, so I'm not going to go too deep into it. But his monologue in that episode, at the start of that episode, it's like 4 or 5 minutes long, is sensational. Some of the best TV writing you're going to see on the screen. Think like Aaron Sorkin, the Newsroom levels of writing. That's what's going on here. And the way he delivers it, you just believe every single word. But again, the role of Cousin Richie, I don't think he actually is his cousin, but they call him Cousin, played by Ebon Moss-Bachrach. This guy is a revelation. I will hold my hands up and say I don't think I've seen him in anything else. I may have seen him in something, but jeez-o peas-o, he is wonderful in this role. And for as good as Jeremy Allen White is in his moments, when these two guys start getting loggerheads together, they are a force to be reckoned with on the screen. I want to see more of these two guys. I believe we've got a second series coming, and I just can't wait to see more of these two guys just going at it. Edebiri as Sydney, again, she's great. Like, she does everything right. There is only one bit that I found a little bit jarring for her. It was in episode 7, where she's been this cool, calm, collected character all the way through the series, but then she, like, just like everyone, she has a breaking point, and that breaking point is met, and it was a little bit jarring for me, but I get it, and it felt right for the character, so I was able to just go with it. And the rest of our chefs and the rest of our crew and the rest of our family within this restaurant, not a bad role amongst them. And how often can you say that? We do get a couple of cameos, you might say, from the likes of John Bernthal, who turns up as the brother who has taken his life, obviously in flashback form. We get to see a little bit of him. That was cool seeing John Bernthal. I'm always happy to see him on the screen. Oliver Platt comes into a couple of episodes as Uncle Jimmy. I really like him. We're probably going to get more from him in Series 2, and I'm looking forward to see what kind of road we go down there. Joel McHale from Community, he turns up a couple of times as sort of like an asshole New York City chef who used to sort of run Jeremy Allen White's character into the ground. That was cool to see him, which kind of shows that there's a lot of thought behind this and there's a lot of passion behind this, so I like that as well. In terms of what I did and didn't like, I just love how real this feels. I love the fact that I could kind of buy that this is how kitchens feel. I think there'll be chefs out there that will tell you how real this is, how on the nose this is. I can't personally say that because I don't bloody know. All I know is I'm getting some sensational performances from some sensational actors who I've always wanted to see just step it up, step it up, step it up. And that's what they've all done here. I loved episode 7. It was a one-take episode, 35 minutes long, one shot, round the kitchen, all that kind of thing. As you know, I've already reviewed Stephen Graham's movie Boiling Point, which was a one-take movie set in and around a kitchen restaurant. So I've kind of seen that before, but again, I'm always impressed to see it when it's done right and when it's done properly and it's believable. This episode really shows just how frantic this small Chicago kitchen is. I touched on it a little bit earlier, but I love the fact that we slowly see the kitchen improve without really getting too deep into it. We don't really show like, oh, we've spent a lot of money on this, or we've done a lot with this. It just improves over the season. What I didn't like, we've got a season 2, it's been renewed, it's been confirmed, give me 1 hour episodes. It wasn't long enough. It was not long enough. And you know what? I'm a fan of mini-series. I'm a fan of 6 to 8 episodes, 10 episodes if you want. I think we could do 16 for this. I think we could do 12, 16 at the most. But we need a few more episodes and we need to knock them up to an hour. Give us some more juice. Because every time this show gets going, every time these episodes get going, there's not a bad episode amongst them, but every time they get going, they come to an end. And you're kind of like, I need more. And that's the sign of a good show, I guess. But I was constantly wanting more. And when it ended, I wanted more. So, yeah, give me some more. Give me longer episodes. Give me a longer series. And do all those wonderful things. So I suppose I should just jump into my final rating. And it's an easy 4.5 out of 5 for me as a series as a whole. And the reason I take away the 0.5 is because literally I want more of this. I want to see more of these characters. I want to see more episodes. That is not a knock. That's my problem. It's not the show's problem. They seem to have a little diamond in the rough. I don't know if it's sort of like these 8 episodes were testing the water. Let's see how it gets on. But I think Jeremy Allen White can carry this show. I think the cast of characters that he's got around him and the cast and crew that he's got around him, they can clearly help carry the show. I'm into who all the other people are. You've got the chef at the back who makes the cakes all the time. I'm genuinely interested in seeing where that character goes because he just wants to hone his craft. So he's kind of like a different version of Carmen, which is cool. I want to see how Sydney progresses in her career because she's awesome. I want to see Liza Colón-Zayas, who plays the role of Tina. I want to see her role fleshed out a little bit more. She's clearly the mother hen of the kitchen. I really liked her little back and forth with Sydney, how at first she really doesn't like her, but then there's a certain amount of respect is gained throughout the series. I liked her character. You know, like, there's just a whole bunch of characters in this show that they could really flesh out. Take your time, obviously. Take your time, but flesh them out. Because I'm ready for Series 2. I was ready for Series 2 the second Series 1 ended. I think this show is going to be an absolute smash hit when people find it. Please, please, people find it. So I'm going to give it a 4.5. I want you to check it out. It's on Hulu. Please do find this show. I did say I was going to give a particular episode a rating. I'm giving the show on the whole a 4.5. But honestly, that one take episode 7, that gets a straight up solid 5 for me. What an episode that was. It's not an easy thing to do, the one take, and I guess it's kind of getting done quite a lot now, but they nailed it, and it looks great, and you get some pretty good like character development in an episode that, you know, it's all bells and whistles of one takes. Yeah, brilliant. And the way it ends, just Jeremy Allen White, man. What a guy. So yeah, I'm going to get going. Please do check out The Bear. I think this is one to watch, which is why I wanted to jump on. I don't normally do TV show reviews, but this is one to watch. So please do check it out. Let me know what you thought. Hit me in the comments. I'm down there. I will speak to everybody. If you put something in there, let's continue the conversation there. I'm going to go because I'm just waffling on now. Bye.